more segment, and because I'm on this riverbank, and it's a good example. These are places where they would access water without leaving prints. This held water very recently, within the last few days, and you can see a few of these all the way down the line here. The subjects travel mainly up on this bank behind the first set of foliage, and there's tunnels that lead off into here. And one of the ones that's here that we're going to follow, because it's heavily marked, and it's marked pretty recent with this damage here. You can see here where it's all been broken straight down, and several pieces there. And this is live Russian olive. That's about 6, 2, 3, and I went down, half a mile of this section here that's all Russian olive, and there's nothing like that anywhere. That's all high damage. It's been broken down, and what it's doing is marking this tunnel here in the brush. And I'm going to talk because I don't mind, because I really don't want to flush anything in here by myself. This is family area, so this is Old Break earlier this year, though, marking, and it's also high damage down. This one is probably in the last, I'd say 3-4 days, and this one's months ago. And we'll just go in here and take a look. I haven't been in here yet. You can see immediately how it opens out to these broad circular zones with really nothing in the floor, even though we're in real thick Russian olive, which drops material all the time. And this is pretty high passage. I'm walking with no problem. Pretty odd things on the floor here. Parts and pieces. It's not very common out here, not sitting in the middle on top of the trail. That's really odd. A lot of sticks on top of the trail. See, the cells were completely clean. Like, that's a forward cell next to the river. Here's another one right here. See, the ground in between is always littered with debris, sticks, thorns. Whenever you get into these cells, they're clean. There's nothing in here. I have something really big on my left. I'll move out to a little down position. I'm not game. But yeah, something real big to my left over there cruising through. It sounded biped, but it didn't sound super huge. I mean, I like these big 12-foot things. Mama and them that are 2,000 pounds probably or more. There's a whistle. Another footstep. Yeah, this sounds maybe, I don't know, 250 in weight. Sounds like a biped. Now I've got clicking. Tap, tap, over to my right. So this is probably where the family's at right now. And I doubt very serious they're going to just pop out. If they do, it's probably going to be a bad thing. That click, click was about, I'd say, 60 or 80 feet straight that way. The steps were over here. They came up and went somewhere over nice loud hard cracks over there. They were either two big teeth clicks or two rocks being clacked together. It wasn't a bird or anything. Hopefully the phone picked all this up. I don't have my Zoom with me, so I actually post this so people can see. I haven't been able to process any of my video. Somebody's shooting in the background again. So as soon as we basically get to first water, or where first water's been within a couple days, there are still pockets up and down I can find. You can see how green and the moisture in here means the temperature is reduced in this bosque over here. But yeah, we find as soon as we get down to first water, just into it a little bit, then we find fresh tree damage right out here around this corner that we showed you, and then some other stuff saying they're in here, and then we just had obvious hominid running and then walking, and then we just had two rock clicks. So this is about, I've been in here about 3 hours or whatever. So I don't hear anything now. This ground doesn't take to print well, but if you look right there in front of that stick, there's a flat hominid impression. There's a flat hominid impression. There's a flat hominid impression. A couple of them are large, but they're not going out into the sand and down the riverbed. They just go out there and lean over and drink, and every once in a while defecate. We've seen a complete absence of scat, so now all that was about, 15 feet further, 20 feet further, when they started to react to my presence. So we'll just take that as a boundary. Let's see what it goes on here. I guess I'll probably stop this clip until something happens so it's not so long. Although I am getting some little chatter sounds back in there. I guess let's go ahead and advance just a little bit. Famous last words. Okay, so we're gonna push in here a little bit. You can kind of see through to another clearing. Like I said, I can go down that way. Starts in through this cell, starts another clearing. And that way, this way has real fresh, oops, that was loud. This way has real fresh damage here. You can see twisting this branch. This has already been trashed. Somebody twisted it out of their way and split it, see. And that's real fresh, that's not old. I don't see any hair. And it sounds like they have a bird in protest of my presence here as well. There's a whistle. Straight up. That wasn't a bird. I know I had a walker right in there somewhere. You're not just going to walk through here and get up and see them. But pushing mama and kids isn't real wise. I'll try to give it a little respect. So you can see the ground in here still. Really clean. It's not as clear as when they actually live somewhere, because I guess they just keep cleaning it, but this is still, these cells are still relatively clean. Try to do is, I guess just go on through here and see what happens while this is recording. Try to do is, I guess just go on through here and see what happens while this is recording. Oh boy, we got big trees and big clearing up in here. Yeah, back in there, maybe. Oh no, I've got sound coming back around behind me now. That's not good. I don't know if you heard that, but it was a pretty good limb break. Okay. Now what I don't want to do, that was messed up. Now that whistle's over there too. So they're coming around behind me. So I'm going to reposition myself closer to where they have to expose themselves more. And I'll show you where I'm at now. So this is in the first open cell, an ambush cell basically, just off the riverbed. There's the entry holes you can see here. So we had first we had one run, get up, take a couple steps, then run through, take a few more slower steps. Then one clacked twice over there. Then we had movement. We just had another tree break and branch movement over there. Then we had movement advance after we went in there. Then we had repositioning, a couple of big thuds on a run back in over here. Back in there. And then while I was still in there, we had more sound. I advanced a little more. And that's got sound all the way back over here between basically the riverbed and us. It's coming around, and that's not very far. That's only about 50, 60 feet from us in there. And you can even see here, just go forward, look at this. This is high break damage, about 4 feet up right now, but it's broken down. Not forward or backward and down through the other branches. Cow can't do that or anything. If you look on the other side, we see a break laying here from right there and laid down. We see another break straight down here. So this is heavily marked as a corridor and recent. And if we look, let's see, here's a branch hanging. We look in here. Well, this one's still moist. This one's still moist, and it's 90 something degrees out here. So this is a fresh break. So this is today. By tomorrow, that'll be dry. So we've got fresh sign. We got it outside the doorway, in here, the whole 9 yards, all over the place. Fresh, all breakdowns. Big corridor in, and then multi-cells, and then we got activity spread all the way around us in here. We know I'm going to move out because I'm not going to be able to see them, and it's only dangerous. And it just bugs the hell out of the family. I don't want to move. So plus, once they start working around your backside, you really don't want to be standing there. We're going to check the riverbed to see if something's running here. With this fresh break, you can see again up here. We're going to head up here. It's good stuff. He said within a week, that's white still. That's last night. The other branch in there is today, this morning. Not that long before we've been here. If you want to see, the whole point would be, these things don't leave much print. All you're really going to see is something like this here. This is a heel scuffing. There's no real impression. Another little scuff. And they can walk off across this barefoot and almost leave a mark because this material